feel sexy. I feel regular. You okay?
You feel me? I got good energy today.
That's good. Well, guys, welcome to the Ameerah Explains It All podcast. You know, welcome, okay? I'm your host, Ameerah. This is my lovely co-host, the sun goddess, Kameelah.
Hello, everybody. What's up?
And today on Ameerah Explains It All podcast, we had such good responses from last week's podcast talking about childhood trauma and what else? We were breaking generational curses.
Right.
We didn't even get a chance to get to all of our callers, but we are going to share a caller that called today. We're going to just elaborate a little bit more on this topic because a lot of people, like I said, they were just telling me last week how, more discussions like this need to be, opened up and, people need to feel like they can talk about this stuff or whatever because, we've been under the impression, well, sometimes when we are going through, I think all humans do that. Like, we're going through stuff and we automatically assume that we're the only ones going through shit. We automatically assume that we the only ones that had it bad. We automatically assume that, like people haven't been through worse shit or it didn't affect them the way it affected us. You know what I'm saying? So, I like to keep this discussion going so that way, other people that are watching this show, or, listening on these podcast platforms, they can just have better insight on things that they can do to help, just to help, because it's so many different, it's not just this cookie cutter thing. It's not this one size fits all thing. People got bullshit inside of them from all type of trauma that they haven't even realized yet. That there's people who their trauma, there's people out there where their trauma has affected them throughout life. And there's people out there who have done well in life and they think that they're they think they cool,
successful.
They're successful, they finish school.
Relationships.
Exactly, but then when it comes to actually, maintaining good friendships or maintaining personal relationships between a man and a woman or whatever your preference is, whatever the case may be, but a significant other, they completely fall off and fail because they haven't had that point of reference before. So I want to keep this discussion definitely going because I want people to get, just the maximum information that they could possibly get. And like I said, this is not going to be...
And it's been all love, too.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of love.
It's been a lot of love, especially, I can say, from my platform, a lot of men have been DMing me saying, you guys got to keep this going. It's nice that you guys have men callers. Oh, my God, I want to be on the show. I have to tell my story. It's nice to hear that it's not just, women that go through stuff too. We also forget that men have trauma too, and they suppress how they feel because they always have to be big and strong and have to stand up, and they can't cry, and they, can't feel pain. And there's a lot of men, and I'm telling you, man, I've heard some of these stories, and I'm just like, that's crazy because you're such a great person, and, I thought my trauma was bad, but I'm so proud that you became a beautiful man through all the stuff that you've been going through.
Yeah, and speaking of how you said the whole thing where they said, I'm glad men callers, I had someone DM me and tell me the exact same thing. They were just like, we need more. He was just basically saying that is so dope that women have that outlet. Women, there's a lot of women doing what you guys are doing, talking about us and saying they're opening these discussions for people to kind of heal from, you know what I'm saying? Right. Even on all different levels, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's, Jada's Red Table Talk or, podcasts or, these little different TV shows and stuff or whatever that's going on. We have these spaces, but I definitely agree, because he was basically saying men. And like I said, I talk to my people, so I'm thinking especially black men because I can see just men in my family who need. oh my God, it must be very frustrating, not frustrating, but overwhelming to not be able to talk about because women are just now opening up to this. Oh, I'm talking about on a broader level. Like we always got our thing where we can like, okay, homegirl, best friend, like we can talk
up to other women we don't know. I think we
and opening up deeper too, or whatever.
Right.
Like, but you got to think a lot of women, they'll say the surface thing like, oh, going through such or yada yada yada, but nobody ever gets like deep. I mean, unless that's like your ace or something, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I haven't seen women that just completely like, you know, I mean, but don't get me wrong, there are women who are, like they said, it's easier for a woman to do it anyway, so it wouldn't be like taboo if a woman did just do that, like she didn't know us and she just started blurting out her whole fucking life, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely had that happen to me, and I was like, whoa, I need a drink for this conversation. I'm not gonna lie, some conversations just take me off guard, but sometimes people just feel your energy and feel that you're a safe space. So if anybody ever does that to you, just try to listen to what they have to say, because sometimes in their family or their circle of friends, sometimes people blow them off and tell them to just get over it and stuff like that. And sometimes people really need an open ear for somebody to say, damn, I'm sorry that you went through that.
And another thing is, it's not just like their family. A lot of these people think that like their family don't understand because, you know, whatever situation, or they might think that the biggest fear with telling family is they feel like they're going to be judged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what other reason would you have not to tell your family? You feel like that person's going to judge or turn their nose up at you, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Or it can't, not even turn their nose up, but just like look down on you, belittle you.
Or tell you your
or tell your business to other people.
Not even that, or even make it seem that if they were in your life, the things that happened to you didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like trying to brush it off, like trying to downplay your experience.
I don't think that's what your mama did. Like, no, like, yes, this is you and my mama's sister, but you don't know what actually happened in the household.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to take all that into account.
And then another thing is, like, even if something like, let's say if like you have a cousin, a brother, a sister, uncle, child, whoever coming up to you telling you that you did something and you don't remember it being that way, or if that was not your initial, if you don't feel like that was your experience, you just tell them. You don't deny or downplay their experience. You say, you know what, I'm sorry that, you know, whatever I did, it came off that way, but that was not my intent, and I apologize. You know what I'm saying? It's totally, you know, because it makes them feel like, okay, I'm not crazy, I'm not tripping or whatever, but this person didn't know it. Like, they have to, I mean, of course, you know, you want them to say that genuinely and wholeheartedly, and you got to believe them, like, you know, this person really, you know, didn't mean to hurt. I really believe, like, with all my heart that our parents really did not mean to hurt us, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, there's some fucked up ass parents out there that definitely meant to hurt their damn kids. Like, they definitely meant to hurt their children, and shit. I mean, but it's not common. It's not common, and it's not often. Most people, I just think in life, just in general or whatever, they hurt people unknowingly or unconsciously.
Or they do the only thing that they know. So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Your mom probably whooped your ass probably to like over the degree that she was supposed to.
Thinking that would help save you when you got older. Thinking that was
the right way, but she only did it because it happened to her.
Right.
So sometimes you have to like grow up and be like, okay, I see that my grandmother is still a hard ass. That's where my mother gets it from. But you can be openly and tell your mom, like, I just want you to know that really hurt me as a child. Right. And hopefully your parents are open enough to be like, you know what? I only did it because that's what I was taught. Right.
And speaking about, you know, childhood trauma, I mean, this is just a quick little sidebar before we get into our caller. You know, over the week or whatever, you know, the Red Table Talk between Will and Jada was released. And I still did not watch. I think I probably am only maybe by 4 minutes. I mean, the whole interview went that on the beginning, but I'm only about just a couple minutes shy of watching the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But from what I got, you know, see, I got mixed emotions because the only reason why, because we're talking about childhood trauma, and that's why I'm bringing August in here, because I feel like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I was on social media going in, like, you's a bitch ass nigga trying to sell records and an album, and now you're trying to put this married woman business out there, you know, which I still do kind of feel like that, but I be forgetting how young August Alsina. I don't even know if, like, I don't know, like, I don't even think August Alsina is 30, so, like, sometimes you gotta forgive young people, because, I mean, that term young and dumb is it's very real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got people in their 30s dumb still. People in their 40s dumb as hell still, you know what I'm saying? So we got to give our 20-year-olds a break because that's all part of learning and growing up and stuff like that. You know, he wasn't even alive when Will Smith's whole career started, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't know Will Smith was that nigga. So I understand, like, at first I'm like, how you got the audacity to think you could take Will Smith's wife or whatever, even if y'all didn't have an agreement? But I realized, like, this is, like, part of, like, he ain't even, the thing about it is we're not even Will Smith's generation. Like, it's the generation before us. So by the time Will Smith was already hot, platinum artist, Grammys, freaking blockbuster movies by the time August was even born. So it's not the same, you know, what's that dude named? Young DC Fly Guy? That's like August.
Yeah.
You know, that's his generation of nah, I'm fucking around. But no, I was saying all that to say, she took advantage of someone who was suffering. And yeah, Jada, I'm on your ass too, Jada. She took advantage of a person who was suffering from a lot of trauma. Like, I only know a little bit of August Alsina's history, and that's when I was a fan of him. So I can just imagine. And then I believe other stuff has happened since I haven't been really into him over the past, like, 5 years. But before then, just some years ago, like when I first was getting into him, he already had a hard life. You know, both parents gone, best friend, his brother, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, killed, a lot of stuff, just a lot, you know what I'm saying, taking care of his nieces, you know, because his brother isn't no longer alive. And then just a few years later, their mother dies from 3 nieces. Now they're, you know what I'm saying, like, he trying to adopt them and make them, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he got a lot of shit going on, plus dealing with, like, you know, medical issues and stuff like that. And I'm on Jada's ass because she know damn well, like, you was hurting, and you got with somebody else that was hella hurting, probably way worse than you. Clearly, actually, very worse than you.
I feel for both, because I feel like I have been in the Jada position to some extent, not sleeping with somebody that is hurting, but, like, I've
using
tried
them
to
for your own.
No, like, I try to fix people to make me feel better, like, and I feel like she really didn't do it on purpose, but she said that, you know, she initially didn't try to, like, seek him and be like, yeah, but she said when she initially started hurting, she wanted to just help. And that to release the pain into helping somebody. That was the initial thing. Right. And then just when 2 motherfuckers is hurting, just like two drug addicts together, or 2 motherfuckers that's broken, no matter the age, y'all share a common interest. Yeah. A drug, a alcoholism, y'all share pain. So I've actually been there where, you know, where I try to fix people. Mm-hmm. But then when I healed from my trauma, I've actually had my ex tell me the reason why he did the things to me, or the reason why he couldn't be with me, because in his words, he told me I was not broken enough for him. He was looking
for somebody more broken than you.
He was seeking somebody more broken than me, and the women that he was dating, them broads were definitely broken and something was wrong with them. But I've already been there, so I was too strong to be with that man, and I couldn't see it because in front of me he was strong, but in front of them I was stronger than him, but he was stronger than them.
Right.
So it's like, I understand. I feel bad for everybody involved, you know what I mean? Because people think because you're older, that means you know a lot. No.
I mean, she does know a lot. I mean, she definitely does know, especially, like...
But doesn't mean you can't fall short
definitely don't mean that you cannot fall short from, you know what I'm saying? I'm just calling her out because she like to call motherfuckers out when they do their bullshit. So I'm calling you out, Jenny. You was calling out Snoop when he called Gail a bitch. I'm calling your ass out, you know what I'm saying? You know, I part of me want to retract my statement calling August a bitch ass nigga, but
I still think that's some bitch ass shit.
No,
I just feel like
the only thing that's making it not some bitch ass shit was just for the simple fact of how young he is.
No, because it's like, why do men always get the excuse of being young? But
no, I'm talking about even if a woman. We talking about if a woman.
I just feel like they never give women a break.
I don't know who the fuck they is, and I don't care who they is. I'm saying if I was, you know, if this was the other way around, right? And let's say if it was like, perfect example, Monica Lewinsky. She was only fucking 21 years old, sucking the president dick. Okay, fine, whatever. So I'm I'm just saying, like, she was hella fucking young or whatever. Like,
Listen,
this is a whole
I more feel for her.
22-year-old girl, and like people, how they did her, and then like, you know, back in the day, but like now with social media and everything, like, let's say if this shit happened today, we found out somebody was sucking Donald Trump and a 22-year-old, everybody would be outraged, like, Donald, really? You got a 22-year-old in the White House sucking? Really? Like, I would be like, okay, you are young and dumb, but I done did plenty of fuck shit in my 20s. That's all I'm saying.
Word.
I done did hella fuck shit.
Word.
So, you know, but I learned, you know what I'm saying? You got to definitely learn, and you got to roll with the punches. But like I said, I'm just calling Jada out because, you know, like I said, she know better, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to retract my statement for you, August, you know what I'm saying? Because she got you at the most weakest, brokest point in your life, and you're young, so you call hella feelings. Like, you're not at the age bracket where you can keep it playing. That's some older people shit after you don't got your heart broke a million times. And you're like, man, I'm about to keep this shit playing. Move on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serious.
I mean, I feel different,
I'm saying, if it was a woman, I'm saying if it was a woman, I would say the same thing. I don't know about that. I know that people are on women more harsh, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying,
I'm gonna just keep my comments to myself because I just.
No, this is a podcast. You're not supposed to keep your You're not supposed to keep your fucking comments.
I just don't agree.
Okay.
I just don't agree. I feel like, you know, you've been. Sex, relationships, it's a grown man's game. Everything you do is a grown man's game. So I think he thought about this platform and going to Angela Yee. I don't feel like it was a young thing that he did. I think he made a grown man decision.
Oh yeah, the way he went about it definitely was.
And I really think he did it.
Yeah.
I really think that he did it for his career. He didn't do it because he was so
now, you
hard.
know, she's right.
She was so heartbroken.
You're absolutely right.
Because the thing about it is,
if he would have did it in the first beginning after they first, remember when she said she first kind of.
But he's been on the red table since then.
What?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, baby
yes.
girl. See, I didn't know that. You know
he's definitely been on the red table talk since all their relationship happened and ended.
Hold on. Between July last year and now,
it's probably
he's
like
been on the red
2
table.
years ago. But he's been on there. He could have. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they even talked about their situation.
No.
This happened 4 years ago. So even if
what happened 4 years ago?
Their relationship.
Okay.
4.5 years ago. So even if he went on the show 2 years ago, you could even brought it up 2 years ago. But the fact that it's been 4.5 years, it was definitely planned out, and I just don't see him as the broken.
He ain't as broken as he trying to.
Yeah, and I'm not saying at the beginning he wasn't, because everybody fell in love with somebody they shouldn't have been. I've been in love with motherfuckers I shouldn't have been in love with, but it don't take me 4 years to be on a platform talking to somebody. And
when he sent that one tweet out talking about she was the wind beneath his fucking wings, that was just like a year ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? That I don't know what it was. If it was a
birthday
Instagram,
I think it was like a birthday shout out.
That was like a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't be no longer than 2 years.
Either way,
but no, I do agree because
we gotta take you can't be playing this grown man's game and then we call him like, oh, it's so young. Like, nah, bro, this was thought out, and so everybody got to take that shit to the chin. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even in a will, nobody knows what he has done.
Everybody act like Will is the damn saint. I can see through that motherfucker.
And I just hate how
ears.
The thing about it is that it's to the point where I can't stand people, especially still to this day, how people say what they will or would not do.
Oh my God.
Don't tell me you would leave Jada. Don't tell me that you would have never fucked with August. Listen, I will fuck with both of them to this day.
August, get your 27-year-old ass over here.
I mean, not August.
Will Smith,
this
bring your 57-year-old.
I'm talking about Will and Jada. Like, everybody's talking about Will and Jada. Like, it's always been rumors that they've been out there, but since I know now. Like, I'm trying to slide in somebody's DM. Like, I can't stand when people like, if that was me, y'all in broke relationships right now, talking about what y'all would and would not do. Like, go sit down.
I would like to just say one thing, because our culture, not black culture, but just people culture in Western society, especially in America, and this is across the board, black people, Asian people, Hispanic, everybody, stop acting like your wrong is better than someone else's wrong.
Who? Say it again.
Wrong is fucking wrong. Don't try to say, well, I did it like that, and I did it like, so my shit was a little... No. I know bitches literally right now who will literally, will You tell them that you fucking with a married man, they'll write your ass off. But they will fuck with your boyfriend of 10 years. Quick. And it's like, what type of, what? You know what I'm saying?
A union is a union.
People pick and choose on the shit that they want to deem as, bad or good or whatever the case may be. Or like, it's chicks out there. Like, I remember I even knew a girl in high school or whatever, who she was basically like, kind of looking down on chicks that were having sex in high school because she wasn't having sex, and then I come to find out through her boyfriend that she was giving B jobs and letting them go in her butt. I know that was probably TMI, but I'm saying she was thinking just because she wasn't having sex vaginally that she can talk that, and it's like, this has to stop. I'm just tired of like people just, nobody's getting my vagina yet, somebody getting that butt and throat though. Like, what the hell? Like, it's just. And it just doesn't make sense. My thing
that baffles me and throws me off because, and I know we all are learn differently and we're all different learners, but I just don't understand. After I had my first heartbreak and I was willing or thinking about taking him back, that's when I realized at that moment I cannot judge another person on what they're willing to deal with in a relationship. I learned that young from my own experience. So now in my friendships, when they tell me about they dudes and all this stuff, I don't get mad at her. I don't get mad at him. They can be like, yeah, he cheated on me. He might have a baby. And I'm like, damn, girl, I'm sorry you're going through that. And I'll call her the next day like, oh, what you doing? She's like, come over. He talking to me. She talking to me. I act like I don't know anything because that's not my business. That's not my place. And stop saying what you will and will not do. You might not have did it for the first 10 dudes.
Yeah.
But it might be that one. And I've experienced that.
You might have been a married chick all your 20s, 30s, and 40s. And as soon as you divorce in your 50s, turn into a straight thought. The thought that you was talking about when you was married, you was talking about these other chicks being thoughts. And you might have multiple thought moments. And you going to feel like, okay, I guess I can stop judging now because...
And I can't stand it. Now that you doing it, it ain't as bad. Like, no, bro. It wasn't as bad. If it's not your business, it's not as bad in general. As long as it's not your business, it's not hurting you or anybody else.
I met chicks who literally... became strippers because they said, like on some Cardi B shit, like, this was my only way out. This is the only career that I can get this quick in my early young ages. Well, or this is what they felt like that this is the best that they could do, where they can, rack in about 15, 20,000 a month or whatever, and be okay with that or whatever. Then I met some chicks who bitches had degrees. Why the fuck is you stripping? Oh, that, being a nurse for 85 racks a year wasn't enough for me.
Right.
I was like, I don't knock you bitches either. Like, it's whatever your world is, you know what I'm saying?
It's whatever you're willing to take.
It's whatever you're willing to take or whatever. It's to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I was just bringing August up because he is a product. Well, we all are products, but he got taken advantage of, during his trauma, you know what I'm saying? Actually trying to get healing from his trauma. And like you said, Jada, she didn't mean it or whatever. Or who knows? Maybe she didn't know. But I don't think who knows? All I'm saying is whether she meant it or not, it happened. She should have made sure that he was... I was about to say because so many details we don't know about the story. So let's just...
Yeah. So we're going to call our call.
Hold on. But yeah, I want to say one more thing. But yeah, we definitely want to keep this conversation going, and we're going to have different and more episodes on similar topics, and really trying to open up, a forum where men and women can feel comfortable and just kind of, let it out and just, let's relate to each other. Let's talk. Because like I said, that shit has to be overwhelming, frustrating, just like, I've always had somebody to talk to, but there's a lot of people out there who don't, and they always say, like, I never got a chance to express, like sometimes people just want to be free. People want to express, like, the deepest parts of them, or the darkest parts of them, or the lighter parts of them, or whatever, but they don't feel, adequate, expressing that in front of a lot of people or different people, because they always feel like somebody has an ulterior motive. They feel like some people are going to throw it in their face. They feel like people are going to judge them. All that stuff. So, yeah. But let's get JT on the phone.
Right, let's get JT on the phone.
Young JT.
See what happens to this young bull.
Young bull.
Hello?
What up, Doc?
What's going on, JT?
Now what's going on?
Today.
Yeah, hold on. Now he know what happened. I'm just playing. Now I'm just saying. Now, JT, you was one of the callers last week that didn't get a chance to express yourself. I hope you watched last week's episode. Don't be up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. Now, but I want to know like what is your generational curse that you would like to resolve, or what you're on the path to resolving, and what type of childhood trauma have you had? And I would like to know.
Can you repeat that again? I gotta roll the window up.
Okay, I just want to know. You know what generational curses or generational cycles that you're trying to break, and what type of trauma, whether it was like, you know, from being like an elementary school to a young adult, what type of trauma have you experienced in your life that you want to grow from, that you're trying to grow from, or rather?
A generational curse I think I'm mainly trying to break is so when I get angry, a lot of my family or friends or people close to me, a lot of my family, we just stop talking to each other, and you know, it'd be a while where we don't speak to each other or things like that. So I kind of grew up where if I'm mad at my brothers and sisters, or if I'm mad at my dad or somebody like that, I just stop talking to them. So I'm really trying to learn how to talk things out with people instead of just stop talking to them, because I'm starting to learn that even though you stop talking to them or just dismiss them without giving them a reason, you still feel the same way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not like the way you feel about them just gonna go away. You know, and the reason I think I'm like that, because I'm not blaming my parents or nobody like that, but I never had nobody, you know,
to tell you about conflict resolution. What about the adults in your family? Like, as far as like your mom, dad, aunties, uncles, big cousins, have they ever, like, do they operate the same way? Like, if they're not cool with a family member, would they just dismiss them like that?
My mom is probably the only person who I won't stay mad at, and she's probably, her and my grandmother is probably the only people who, well, my grandmother's
are they like that though? Are they like?
No, my mom's not like that at all.
Okay.
My mom's not like that, but I didn't grow up with my mom. I grew up in the street, so I grew up with my cousins, and my whole dad's side is like that. We'd get mad at each other. We won't talk to each other for 3 months. Then we'd see, like, we'd be right next to, we'd be talking to the same cousin right next to each other, not saying nothing to each other. We won't say nothing bad about each other, nothing. We just not saying nothing to each other. And I never had nobody say, listen, go tell them what's wrong. Go tell them how they make, you know what I'm saying? Because I just like, you know what, I'm straight.
Verbalize it. Say it. How you made me feel. So do you think
feel.
It's okay to say the words, you made me feel this way. Like, guys even have a hard time saying, this is how that made me feel.
Yeah, that's why I
say the word, made me feel.
I just can't see myself telling my cousin or another man, you made me feel bad, which is bad, but I'm being honest, though.
I know,
I don't see myself.
So do you think, because now that you have a female friend, a female best friend, do you think that you're starting to open up and be like that? Because I feel like you tell me a lot of, you know, your fears, the things you mad at, you know what I'm saying? Even when you mad at me, I feel like, do you think that you can display that to your family, or do you think that you just feel more comfortable with certain people?
I just think that you understand me. I think a lot like the main reason why I don't discuss these things to people when I be like, you made me feel this way, because you would tell them I tell them how they made me feel, then they still think it's like going through one ear and out the other. When I tell you stuff, it's like you paying attention, or you just see where I'm coming from. I tell them something, and it's like they not paying attention. So I feel like, why keep telling somebody something?
So what I'm saying, what I'm hearing is, JT, is basically you want to tell them how you feel, but you don't feel like they have the intelligence to even receive it, to receive what you're talking about. And that's fair because I know a few people like that. I be want to tell them, I'm like, where your mindset is, it's gonna go right over your head, and it's not gonna be any type of that means that they have a lot of growing. See, that's the thing. We all got a lot of growing.
But I am very stubborn though. I'm stubborn. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm only stubborn to people who I did a lot. Like, I'm not like a lot of people like to say, ain't nobody did nothing for me. Ain't nobody give me nothing. Ain't nobody did nothing for me. And you be like, why do you say that when you get angry? But I can guarantee, and I'm not even nobody to say what I did for people, but the people who I did stuff for literally never did nothing for me. In my family. My mother's not included in none of this. In my family, literally, so I can honestly say, you know what I'm saying? And then I see other people do them wrong, and they apologize or something to the people who never did nothing with them. And I was just thinking today, like, do you got to treat people bad for them to...
Low key, yes.
To be
I was
nice
just telling Kameelah that,
like,
yes, you do.
Because there's people who treat people like nothing, and they put them on the highest pedestal ever.
So, and that's what I'm saying. You just have to recognize the type of person you're dealing with. But I agree 100% that there are some people out there that you have to give a certain energy to first to gain their attention or respect. And that's the only thing they know. Like, they don't know niceness. This niceness shit, some people, they take that as a weakness or insecurity you have, and they will try to prey on that.
I'm not gonna lie, I just blocked my cousin.
Wow.
So, I mean, how do you think how you're going to be with your children? Do you think you're going to keep trying to grow and keep trying to build these relationships, and every time you get mad, even if you guys don't talk, do you think you're going to be like, okay, this is how you made me feel, and then wait for them to come back around? Like, are you going to do that with your children?
This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to, I hope so.
Okay,
like,
JT,
I want, and I hope I meet a woman, because you know when I have a kid, I'm going to plan on being with the kid's mother and all that. So I will hope if I can't teach him, like I will teach him how to be a man and solve problems like that. But if I can't, I will hope my wife or whoever I have my child with be able to teach him or her like this. Because I'm not gonna sit here. I can't lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say, if somebody do this, go tell them that. Because what if somebody do something to you that's just out of control?
Like perfect example, right? Let's say you and a cousin, you guys are you and a sister or somebody, whatever, right? Somebody in your family. Let's say this is, 5-10 years down the line. You guys have children around the same age. Y'all used to, you pick up your cousin's child, play with your kid, vice versa, all this stuff. Y'all get into an altercation. You realize the cousin or your sister, whoever, don't want to talk to you no more, whatever. How do you go about keeping that relationship or that bond between the kids just because y'all beefing?
Okay, now here's the thing with that. I notice a lot of people keep toxic relationships with family and friends because of children. A lot of people won't let go of certain people because they'd be like, I want to see my niece, I want to see my nephew. Sometimes I just feel like sometimes they might have to lose contact because, like, you can get in. Say for instance, I get into it with my brother. He do something so unforgivable.
But that's what I'm saying. You talking about the worst case scenario, JT. We ain't talking about that. First
we
of all,
just talking about a little spat.
Because the shit that the family be falling out over rarely is some shit that's just like unforgivable. Like, don't get me wrong, there are shit.
We got certain standards though of what's unforgivable to some people.
Maybe you need to change your standards. If the love is strong enough, you can't. Like, my unforgivable is like, you put my child in harm's way, or
you see
touch him or
something like that.
You steal some racks out my closet or in my house, or you get my banking information. I find out you steal it from me, because if you steal it from me, you steal it from my family.
If it's something petty, then no.
But I'm saying, like, no, like, the only thing unforgivable I can think of is if a motherfucker really try to put your life or your child's life in danger. Then you'd be like, okay, I'm like, that's way too toxic. Like, you're out of here.
But what if somebody just always surrounds you y'all cool, y'all fall out. Y'all cool, y'all fall out. That get old too though.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the
kids.
kids.
And that's the thing that's the reason why it ain't gonna work or whatever, because I mean, just I'm not answering for you, but I know it's not gonna work, because to even keep, you have to already have a certain level of, I guess I would say, healing or understanding to even be able to come. Yeah, maturity. There you go. That's right. Maturity to say, you know what, the kids is boom. You know what I'm saying? We can do this cordial and keep it here and just do it like that. That's a certain level of maturity. Now, if you already ain't got maturity for your own situation, you're not gonna have maturity for the child's situation, or the children's situation.
Do you have anything else that affected you as a child that you said, you know what, when I become an adult, I'm gonna make sure I don't do that within myself or with my children or within my relationships or friends? Do you have something that you've seen as a child that's happened to you where you say, I'm gonna make sure I don't repeat that cycle?
My favorite auntie was on drugs, and I said I wouldn't touch them or get near them or things like that, because I don't want to get. Because I seen what they did to her. You know what I'm saying? She was like the perfect woman. You know, had a good job, had a car, taking care of my cousins. You know, beautiful woman, all that. Met a dude and who was a pimp. And there you go. You know what and I'm just looking like, man, I would never, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. I tried to dibble-dabble in and not do it, but, you know, sell it. And I'm just like, one day I just woke up like, what am I doing? I'm killing my people, this and that. And I just left it alone. So I said I would make sure my kids stay. If I have some, or when I have some, make sure they stay away from that. I said, I'm not going to touch that. And that's pretty much it. Like, I grew up like real crazy, and I'm just trying to change day by day.
So do you think the environment has got you crazy, or do you think the family got you crazy? Tell the people where you from. Tell them what street and everything.
Detroit, Michigan, Mac and Van Dyke.
Detroit, Michigan. You say Mac and Van Dyke?
Mac and Van Dyke.
Mac and Van Dyke. Okay. I ain't been over there, but
you don't want to come over here.
Exactly. For all the people that know, you know. But clearly, so much shit. So have you seen people get shot?
Yeah.
You seen people get killed
with hammers and everything. I was look, we was 13 on a bus coming from the church playing basketball. We seen a dude get hit in the head with a hammer. A crackhead get hit in the head with a hammer because he owed somebody, and they killed him.
God,
he was laying in the field.
Now his environment traumatized. Now we get to the root of this shit, okay? And it ain't really your family, just the environment of your city got you all fucked up and broken.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen. And I'm only speaking on stuff where people have been charged and stuff like this. Not nothing like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody been charged with all that stuff. So I'm not, like, snitching, putting them out there.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't saying no names. All you said was you was walking down the street, and as a little kid. They can't say, who was that person killed that person.
But you know how they go. But
right.
I will say this. My neighborhood, it definitely, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I just be laying down thinking, I just be thinking, like, dang, I'm really not dead. Like that sounds crazy, but I really be thinking that, cause
like so much shit has went on in your environment. You like, how did I come out unscathed from it?
Or how I didn't get life in jail or anything. Like on my daddy, I just be thinking like, wow, I'm really not dead. Like,
and it's so crazy, you guys. So this is like one of my guy best friends, and how I met him. I met him in a casino, and he was blowing so much money. And of course, I didn't know him from Apple and Eve, but I just seen a young black dude, and I was like, what do you do?
She said with all that money, she's like, are you like one of those rap guys?
I said, what do you do? So, you know, he told me what he did, and I basically spoke life into him. I was like, I don't know you, but I don't want to see you dead on the news. I don't want you to be in jail. I said, you know, there's so many different opportunities for you out here. And, you know, sometimes that's all people need, because he took my advice and he's just grown so much in the last
Yeah, definitely.
6 years that I've known him. I'm like so proud of him. And you know, when we fight like brothers and sisters, there'd be days where, boy, I'd be wanting to wring his damn neck. But
he said that he can't even. I mean, people still can't believe that he even got a job.
no, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
how
Like
bad he was.
People be seeing me at work. My homeboys be walking past me like they hired you. Remember you? I be like, bro, you can't say that in front of my pit bull. Like you can't say that type of stuff. And they'd be joking there and try to give me a 5 at the casino. You know you can't clap hands. I'd be like, I can't touch your hand. They'd be like, bro, give me a 5. I'd be like,
so
bro,
it's just
I
like
can't.
he's been through a lot, and you never know who you will touch in life. You know what I'm saying? Because literally from the first day I met him, we've been tight ever since. And you know, but he was really receptive, just like I was really receptive. So you just gotta find people out there and know that everybody is not against you. A lot of people are for you, and you just gotta. You know, I've been naive, I've been tricked, I've been bamboozled before, but majority of the time, people are not like that. You know what I'm saying? People be trying to spread love and try to help, and you just got to have them open ears and have an open mind to change, you know? And you got to remember, change is uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, everybody got their shit they going through, you know what I'm saying? You know, like they said, you know, don't be out here testing people because you never know what the next person is going through.
Mm-hmm.
You never know how long they've been going through it. You know what I'm saying? There's people that have been going through shit literally since they were a child, since they were, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. So, you know, I'm talking to a combination of the people who are going through it and even the people who are not going through it. Try to have that compassion on our people where you're not looking down on them for the decisions that they make. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like genuine people definitely help situations, because my mom just had a stroke, right? And I be thinking, and she good, and my mom having a stroke, this just really kills me to see her like this more than my dad being gone. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like having like talking to Kameelah and Ameerah, talking to y'all and stuff, that really do help, because not even if we're not talking about her, just talking to somebody who I know, not trying to use me or just trying to get something out of me or nothing like that. Because I'm telling you, if I didn't have nobody to talk to, and I'm looking at my mama sick like this, it'd be real bad around this city, and that's sad. And I'm saying that because I feel like I go crazy. Like,
you can tell people. Always, I mean, people need to hear what type of person you are. Like, people need to hear. It's okay. Nobody knows you're here.
I mean, I just feel like when people say they don't need nobody, that's like the biggest lie ever.
Yeah,
told
the thing about it is, like, we were all created to have somebody,
right?
Or multiple bodies. That's why I understand why people be lying. Like,
I don't need nobody.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about people who. Like, whether, like, I just feel like we were here to be in union.
Right.
Whether we're in union with one person or 20 motherfuckers. Whether it's a relationship union or a family union. Like, we all still need each other, right? Whatever.
And I can't picture myself, like I said, seeing my mom dealing, you know, her recovery from her stroke and just coming home not talking to nobody. I feel like I don't even want to say this, but I be crying sometimes, thinking like, dang, I really found my mama passed out on the floor. I found her passed out on the floor, like eyes out her head, face twisted. I'm looking like that's still crazy to me, and I just be thinking like, wow, like my mom really had a stroke. When we talk, her voice be all soft and mellow now. She never used to talk, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I be like, you people really do. And I smile all day in front of people. I ain't gonna say I smile, but I don't be looking like I'm like what I'm thinking about. I mean, I got money, I got a job, I'm healthy, but like I said, I give up all this for my mama to be 90% good.
Well, she's definitely gonna get back to that anyways. You just have to. I know it's hard to see her go from one extreme to another. It's only been a few months, though. You know what I'm saying? It's only been a few months, so sometimes it takes people a few years to get back. To catch back up to where they used to be. So just be patient. If someone had a stroke, you know what I'm saying? It's not this thing that they just kind of bounce back from immediately. Like, even the people who have made close to a full recovery where you can't even tell that they had a stroke, they even say that it has took them years to get to that point. Right. But, you know, you know, you have to tell your mom that, you know what I'm saying, so she don't get discouraged and think like, damn, it's been 5 months and I'm not showing signs. Tell her it's okay. A lot of people, it takes them some years, so tell her to be patient.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. Yeah, but like I said, yeah, talking to you and your sister, that just really do.
And we love your crazy self too, and we just cheering you on, and we cheering everybody. We cheering everybody. Whoever's out there watching our podcast, we just really love y'all. Or listening. We just really love y'all, and we really want y'all to get to the nitty gritty of the problems because, I mean, you can't
make your life run so much smoother.
Right. We're trying to build a village, and we're trying to make our tribe strong, and we can't have a tribe full of lies and denial and oppressed feelings and stuff like that. Like, we need to build our circles and be okay. You know, me and my sister, we do play around a lot, and she'll say something, and I'll randomly be like, that really hurt my feelings. Like, you need to apologize. And she'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, and vice versa. And it's like, and it's just like, we're so open about it because we know, you know, it's okay. Like, we're in the mindset of when we leave each other, it's not awkward to say, I love you. Like I say, when I get off the phone, I love you. Like, we need to make that a habit. Like, to tell the people you love them. Tell your niece and nephew, tell your brothers and sisters.
Like it's the same energy with all family members. It's awkward for me to even say, I love you too, even though I'm saying to build those relationships. I'm not saying to everybody. I'm not saying I'm like that with everybody, but I'm saying I want to get to a point where, because you got to start from where people are stopped being in denial, where you can be open and tell the truth, to have that open heart where like, okay, we finally got that out. Oh my God, okay, now I love you. Like, it's more refreshing to say I love you when we can look at each other face to face and we can see all of the flaws, all of the damage, all of the love, and heal from each other and be like, okay, I'm glad we did that. I love you. You know, I'll talk to you later. It's going to be be continued on this again. You want to know why? Because I got a couple family members I got a bone to pick with. You know what I'm saying? I got a bone to pick with theirs, and I really want to come to that place where I want to call them out and let them know exactly.
It's like I know what I want to say, and I know what I need to say to heal and things like that. Like, it's in my mind and on the tip of my tongue, but I'm just not ready to say it right now.
And that's fine, because timing is everything. You know, there's certain things that I waited to say that I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I waited to say this because, you know, God, you know, created an experience for me to say it at a certain time, and it just the impact. You want to make impact when you speak. Mm-hmm. So you know, I'm glad I said it here instead of the way I was going to say it a few weeks ago, because now it's a much better impact. You know what I'm saying, and a better understanding that I'm having on the other person or the situation. So, I do have one more thing to ask you before we get out of here, though. I want to know why. I mean, well, okay, is the only reason why you say you would feel weird telling your family member or a cousin of yours, whatever, that they hurt you or they made you feel some type of way? Is the only reason why you feel weird saying that is because of their inability to be mature and have the receptiveness to understand what you're saying? Is that the only reason why, or do you just feel like on some masculine macho stuff, like, you know, guys shouldn't, or is it hard for you like that?
I'll probably say it's not on some masculine stuff, but deep down that's probably another reason too. But I'm not sure. It's just another reason why I don't even know why.
So when you're in a relationship with a woman, have you ever been?
Oh, yeah, I definitely, because if I get into a relationship with somebody, I know I'm gonna feel comfortable enough to talk to them. So I definitely tell a woman for sure. But I just feel like with dudes, you know, you let your guard down with a guy. You try to be peaceful and positive with them, and then they think you sweet. Then they take advantage.
Well, I wouldn't suggest, JT. I would not suggest you being open and upfront with just any old dude or one of your peers. All the men that I know that have done a lot of self-healing and a lot of personal development, they talk to some real OGs, like dudes that was like 15, 20, 25 years older than them, and in a position where they wanted to be. whether they have been married for a long time, super successful, or just I like the type of person. Are you a good ass dude? Like, how can I be a good man like you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta ask those type of men. You can't just ask your fucking peer who playing games on his baby mama for some fucking advice, or a motherfucker that's stealing out of Walgreens still. It's like, don't ask that guy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But on that note, JT, let them know if you want to shout out your Instagram or
JT Herbal's coming soon, right?
JT Herbal's coming soon, yes.
It's the herb shop. You got to tell them what's going to be on the website, everything, and Instagram. What's going to be on there?
So on my Instagram, JT Herbals. Yeah, I'm saying,
what are the products or whatever? Because it sounds like weed. Are you selling weed?
Oh, no.
You got to remember, people don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? You can tell them what it is.
Right, I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna have like sea moss, elderberries, bladderwrack, sapricilla, every stuff that helps you with your health.
All the good herbs, all the good stuff for your body.
All the
and who knows? I might have some kush on there. Who knows?
You never know. I was about to say, hey, get that CBD popping and get them little. Hey, it's legal to sell. Get your license. You can online orders.
All right, well, we love you, JT.
All right, love y'all too.
And, I'm just
and we'll get at you another time. Thanks for being a caller.
All right, see y'all.
So yeah, we had a couple more callers, but we're gonna keep it short. I think y'all get the idea. Whatever. I am going to tell you guys what has happened between these family members, and I'm going to tell you the full detailed story when I get some once I go through this experience, the end of it, the meat and potatoes of it, if you will, of the experience. Because I got siblings I need to hash it out with. I got I got aunties that I gotta hash it out with, cousins, old ex-friends. Like, I just want to tell everybody how it is. Like, now, don't get me wrong, there's some people, if you don't care about them like that or care for them to be in your life and you're not really tripping or whatever, then just save yourself the commotion and the whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Just save yourself your breath and your energy and just be like, you know what, I'm okay. I'm dismissing this person out of my life in the most peaceful, loving way as possible. Mm-hmm. That person could go on and kick rocks. But then if the person is, you know what, like, we used to be cool back in the day, I love that person or whatever, but there's some shit that we got to hash out. Because I'm really realizing in our family, you know what I'm saying, a lot of most of the issues that we have are stemming from childhood trauma.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how these adults are today, they're only these type of adults from the shit that they've experienced and are allowed to, you know, have allowed to override their way of thinking. That's what I want to say. You've allowed your past childhood experiences to override your adult way of thinking because you clearly didn't heal from that and didn't have a point of reference, or clearly you didn't have anybody to tell you anything otherwise, so you're just acting out these things like we all do, because I've done it many times. But like I said, I knew that there was something in me that I kind of wanted to fix, so I've been on my personal development journey for a while. But yeah, all I'm saying is this. Oh, you know what? I should have got a list of my damn books. I get a fail for that today or whatever. But no, what I would say is look up the first thing. Like, if you don't have anybody to talk to, first thing I would say, first step, go to the library, go to the bookstore. I don't know if Barnes & Nobles is open because of quarantine, all that shit. Amazon. Go on YouTube and just type in personal development books, mindset books, emotional healing books, you know, have a better attitude books. Like, and there will be a list of things that even if you don't want to read it, you can download Audible and you can listen to them. They're so informative. I promise you, like, they're so informative and they help so damn much. Be willing to really open your mind up to, like, new information that could give you a better perspective on how to handle different people, things, circumstances, and different experiences that you're going to have throughout your life. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't do enough work in the personal development area of, you know, their lives. I just, like we said, they are so busy making money. Yeah, they should not be in cap. They're so busy making money and doing material, you know, and achieving material gain that they don't think about emotional gain or psychological gain or spiritual gain. It's like,
Right.
so y'all just gonna level up on just
One
money
thing.
and material? That's it? Is that the only leveling up we're doing? Because that's what it seemed like. So I'm here to level up on all areas. You know what I'm saying?
Get
I wanna
comfortable
be-
being very uncomfortable with your growth.
Yeah,
you know?
want to be rich in spirituality. Want to be rich in in expressing your emotions. Want to be rich in your psychological. Want to be rich in your health. You know what I'm saying? And want to be rich, physically, financially, all that stuff. Want to be rich on all levels, not just I want to get a Bugatti and I want to make a lot of money. Okay, but then you're still gonna be the same ass person that you've always been.
Right.
But anyways, yeah.
On that note, we love y'all. Please find somebody that you can talk to. Remember, everybody ain't against you. Most people are for you. We rooting you on from here in this cyber world. Cyber hug, cyber love. You know what I'm saying?
And my bow wow, let me hug.
I'm so done.
I'm trying to hit with the butt.
Until next time, this is Ameerah. I am Kameelah, aka the Sun Goddess,
I'm
and
Kameelah.
we will get at y'all next time.
Thank you for listening to Ameerah Explains It All podcast. Yeah.
Nobody pray for me. You been out there for me.
I really do remember syrup sandwiches and crumb allowances. I really do remember that.
Man,
Childhood trauma. I remember syrup sandwiches and crumb
we
allowances.
used to get bread and put sugar and butter on it. Hella bread.